Hi, sir.
Hi Dinesh, how are you?
I'm
After a
fine.
long
I'm fine.
time.
Yeah, yeah, it's been
Yes, it's
long. Yeah,
a good time that I see you after a long time.
yeah, yeah.
So thanks for your presence.
Thank you for investing your time. So, friends, we are going to interact and discuss with Mr. Sonal Arora. Before I introduce him, in today's episode, that is the seventh episode, we are going to discuss about something which is very important, that is seeking feedback for performance enhancement. We have discussed about small changes, and Mr. Nadish in the last episode had suggested that taking feedback for identifying those small changes is very important. So today we will be taking views and learning from Mr. Sonal Arora. So let me introduce a bit about Mr. Sonal. He is a very highly experienced HR professional who has worked for almost 2.5 decades in HR, and that too also in plant HR, where taking feedback and promoting feedback among employees and their immediate bosses is something which is very important. So, sir, it's a privilege to have you here today, especially when we are going to talk about feedback, right? So, taking employees' feedback or proactively seeking feedback of our bosses. So, today we will be talking more on uh, how an employee should seek feedback from his bosses for his performance. So, what is your view about seeking feedback on regular basis to ensure that the employee is performing as per expectations or beyond expectations?
Dinesh, first I want to congratulate you to selecting this topic because we are in the phase of goal setting for the new year.
Yeah, yeah,
Most of the company is in the phase of distribution of the performance appraisal report to the employee. So
right.
this is a time where employee, either it is a manager, supervisor, and
Mm,
every employee is a manager, supervisor, and employee. He has a team,
absolutely. Yeah,
he has a
yeah.
sub superior.
Uh-huh.
So feedback is very important tool of employee engagement,
Okay.
very important tool for the performance appraisal.
Mm,
The only important thing is how people are taking it,
right.
how people are approaching it.
Mm.
The role of every individual is very important. He is a coach also, he is a
Ah,
superior also, and he is an employee also.
absolutely. Yeah,
So
yeah,
this is the right time.
yeah. Mm.
And feedback, I feel that very important tool for any performance appraisal system.
Okay.
It is without resource, without any cost,
Right.
and you have not to spare any much time.
Time on that.
Only I can say that this is the emotionally connected tool between the supervisor and the employee.
That's a great saying.
Yes,
Emotional connect. That's nice.
performance, personally connection, professionally connection, and above that, it is the emotionally connection between the two people.
Right. Right.
Every individual has to see that he has to be enthusiasm to understand the opinion and feedback of his supervisor,
Okay.
and
Okay.
every supervisor has to play a role
Okay.
that he can give feedback to the employee.
Okay.
Ultimately, employee is working for whom?
Right.
Organization,
Ah.
team.
Right.
Who is the team leader? The supervisor, the
Hmm.
manager.
Okay.
If the team win,
Uh-huh.
all will get the achievement.
Absolutely.
If one of the team member is not giving the output, or one of the team member is not giving his 100%,
Mm-hmm.
whole team collapse.
Absolutely. So
So
that's right.
importance of all team members, all employees,
Mm-hmm.
and the performance of every individual is very
Very
important to
important.
win as a team, as an organization.
Mm.
So feedback taking or feedback giving,
Uh-huh.
both are very important tool, and both are very critical, very crucial for any organization, for any individual, for any
Mm.
supervisor. So I feel that you have selected a very best topic,
Okay, sir.
and the importance of this is very important. Really, it is
Oh.
importance for any individual in organization.
So you have rightly mentioned that is very critical tool to identify what type of performance and it impacts organization as well. But personally, I've seen many a times, and I've also got feeling, and when I go and conduct trainings, people say that employees are not that proactively seeking feedback, right? I think you will also
Yes,
agree
yes,
on that.
yes.
So why is it so that people are not seeking feedback on proactive basis? So what is the reason as
See,
per you?
I feel there's two things.
Okay.
सत्य का सामना किसी को नहीं करना.
Okay. Right.
What
Well said.
what see what youngsters feel that because youngster is at the stage where they have to take the feedback. They have not at the stage that they are manager, so they always feel that key feedback is always a negative. Feedback is always for the improvement of them. Feedback is always from the things which they have not done right.
Okay.
But if they have to improve in a future, and everyone want to improve,
Absolutely. I mean,
everyone want to develop,
Mhm.
they have to consider feedback as a personal development.
Okay.
They have to consider this as an improvement for the future.
Okay.
Whatever past has gone.
Okay. Okay.
अपने जो गलतियां कर दी हो गई,
That's
कोई
right.
बात नहीं.
Okay. Okay.
But if you think that I have to learn from this failure, you have to go and sit with your manager and ask the feedback.
Okay. That's great. That's
Second role, the important role is of coach. The important role is of manager.
Ah.
If employee is hesitating
right.
to take the feedback, it is their role, it is his role
Right.
to create a culture,
Ah.
to create an atmosphere.
Absolutely.
Ki the person will take enthusiastically ki I have to take a feedback from my bosses or I have to take feedback from my senior.
Okay.
He has to create a culture.
Right.
And
That's right.
it is always taken feedback as a negative, but I feel that if you consider future, feedback is a positive for the future.
Right.
It develops you.
Yeah, it develops you.
It takes you the path. It gives you the path that where you are going wrong. Everyone feel that I am right.
Right.
Maybe
Mm-hmm.
you are better than this. But what organization need, what team need,
Right.
you have to understand from
Understand.
your manager.
Absolutely. That's right. I mean, when you very rightly mentioned that team needs, okay, what organization needs, and we have seen that, and you said that, it is a very important role of the manager also to give the feedback. Now, I want to understand one thing, say that is it only that a person should go to manager to seek feedback, or is there anyone else from whom he can go and seek feedback?
Very important question, Dinesh. See, feedback it is not important that you take from your bosses only. Only. See, always the first choice is your supervisor, manager,
Okay.
because he is assigning you task. He has a experience in your role,
Okay.
so he is the right and best person.
Okay.
But you can choose a right person from your team.
Okay.
You can choose a right person from your offices
Okay.
who is performing well and whose role is similar to you.
Acha, okay.
You can take his feedback. You can talk with him informally.
Right. The
Dinesh,
buddy system type something.
Yeah,
like
buddy
that.
system type. Dinesh, I am doing this, but I am not always. I am not successing.
Right.
Maybe he will give you the good tip. Maybe you will, but for that you have to be open.
So you have to proactively.
You have to
go
be
and
open.
seek that.
The first word you should say that proactive.
Proactive.
So if I have to develop myself, I have to be proactively ask the feedback to my first to my seniors, second to my colleagues also, other friends also, where you feel that he is the right person, he can give you the right feedback.
जैसे आपने तो शुरुआत में बोला कि थोड़ा डर लगता है, so अगर वो डर को भगाना है तो you can go and seek feedback from your colleagues also. There is nothing wrong in it. And people somewhere, as you mentioned, that they are hesitant. Right? Now, दूसरा ये भी है, when they are hesitant, how a manager or a supervisor should conduct his feedback, जिससे करके कि ये डर जो है वो न रहे. So, what do you think? How a feedback should be conducted? What is the process which will reduce that fear?
See, for that you have to create a culture. I give you one live example.
Okay.
I have also faced the things that the team member hesitating to take the feedback.
Okay.
You have to conduct one survey within the team.
Okay.
Pen and paper. Decide that what you want. You need a feedback in open.
Okay.
Both. You want to give the feedback for your teammates.
Achha.
You want to take the feedback from your teammates.
Yeah.
You want to take it in open or you want to take it in close.
Achha.
Few has choose the one-on-one. Few has choose the open. But through that, their fear has come out.
Right.
Both the process is available in the organization.
Okay.
Both the process is open with my supervisor.
Okay.
So you have to create that he can be open.
Achha.
Or you can say that you as a senior you can take feedback from him about you. So he should open.
हाँ वो बात सही है. अब मैं सामने से बोलूंगा कि भाई बताओ मैं कैसा कर रहा हूँ.
Yes.
And then after that, if you give him feedback, he will be more open.
I have choose one more technique.
अच्छा.
Feedback from an individual for every team member, but
Okay.
without giving the name.
अच्छा.
The open sheet to all.
हाँ.
You have to write the name of any employee of your team, and you have to give the feedback. You have not to write your name.
अच्छा.
Suppose you have a 5 member.
हाँ.
So approximately I have to give the feedback to my 4 colleagues. All 5 has to give the feedback for other 4 colleagues.
Yeah.
Then we have to collect. And you have to open. See,
ये मैं नहीं बता
मैंने
रहा
आपको दिया, आपने मुझे दिया, मुझे नहीं पता.
Right.
बट मेरे लिए एक फीडबैक है. और जब मैं ये सोच रहा हूँ कि मुझको कोई देख नहीं रहा, आई एम गिविंग द राइट फीडबैक.
Okay. That's really amazing technique.
Yes. So through that, मैं मानूं या नहीं मानूं, but I am getting a feedback that मेरे में ये weakness है या ये strength है.
Wow.
And
that's nice.
if you have to develop, you have to work on your weakness. Strength तो आपके हाथ में है. आपको पता नहीं है या पता है, लेकिन वो आपके पास है. आपके पास जो नहीं है वो आपको पाना है.
Right. So किसी भी feedback का जो result है, that is going to help you out in identifying your strengths and
Yes.
your improvement.
Yes.
So that's amazing, sir. You gave many good ideas about feedback, and the one which I like the most is developing the right culture for that. जहाँ पर कल्चर उस तरह का होगा तो फीडबैक लोग सामने से लेंगे और देंगे, दोनों होगा. So any message you want to convey to employee community as far as feedback is concerned?
See, Dinesh, when we are talking any of the organization, when we are going, we are talking that individual department is family, or individual department is a team.
Right.
So when you have to win as a team,
Okay.
you have to connect with them, emotionally connect with them.
Right.
See, every team member is having his own strength, and every team member is having his own weakness. Okay. Everyone is not perfect, but as a team member also, always blame came on the supervisor. But as a team member, if I have to develop, I have to go and I have to ask the feedback. Do not hesitate to take the feedback. That negative will come, and definitely if negative is coming, I am saying to people, it is good for you. Because you are not knowing your negative strength. Sorry, you are not knowing your weakness. You are getting the weakness from someone, so you have to be thanked to that person that you are getting weakness. See, अच्छा तो सभी बोलेंगे.
सही बात है.
अगर आपकी कोई आंखें खोल रहा है, you have to give the thank. You have to appreciate his boldness, and that boldness is required in a team. And for that, as a supervisor, as a manager, we have to create a culture, atmosphere that team member come close. Team member really whatever we are talking as a family, so they treat as a family.
Right.
And then they work together to win the goal of department or organization or any unit.
सर आपने तो बताया ना, तो एक चीज मुझे याद आई कि यू से दैट इट्स गुड दैट पीपल आर गिविंग यू फीडबैक. सो एक कबीर जी का एक दोहा, एग्जैक्टली दोहा तो मुझे याद नहीं है, बट उसका मर्म ये है दैट आपके पास ऐसे दोस्त नहीं होने चाहिए कि जो हमेशा आपकी बुराई करते रहे. उससे एक दुश्मन अच्छा है कि जो आपकी निंदा करता रहे. Right. So that is very much applicable here also. So thank you very much, sir. Thanks a lot for your precious, suggestions, advices, and thanks for sharing your learning. So thank you very much, sir.
This is really thanks to you, because I am always following your video. So this is one of that. Okay. But thankful to you for your series of video for the learning for all. Yeah, it will be a great learning for all managers and employees.
That is why
thank you, Dinesh, for your this assignment and role.
Thanks, sir. Thanks.